Well, that's not going to be right. All right, I was going to try to add the link on here, but obviously I don't know how to do that. I was going to try to add the Africa link on here because so many people asked for it, but I don't know how to put it on Facebook. I have to save it as a link, and I didn't do that. I just saved it to my clipboard. Let me see. So how's everybody doing? Let me see if I can, nope, that's, let's see here. Well, goodness sakes, y'all. Y'all could probably get it on here faster than I could. I hit the comment button, but no, it's not going to let me put it on there. Okay, so if anybody got the link for the Facebook for the thing, if you can get it on there, put it on there. I can't seem to get it on here tonight, and I don't know if anybody knows how to post a link, but if not, just send me a message if you need the link. We don't have a whole lot of items left, so if you're planning on sending something, get on it because somebody says you got it. Well, I didn't post anything, so I don't think I got it. Here's a little thing that says pin. Let me see what that says. No, that ain't it. Maybe I can pin that. I don't know. Okay, I think I put it right here. Okay, I think I did it. Y'all let me know if you see a thing pinned. I think I got it at the bottom. But anyhow, there's not a whole lot of stuff left on the Africa thing. So if you're planning on sending something, get it sent so I can get all this stuff done and weighed and packed up. Because I got to really be careful how much stuff I'm packing. Okay, I think it's out there now. I kind of went around Katie's barnyard to do it. Y'all, I got to have a drink. If I look like I'm rough, that baby's still here. Tiana did not get out of the hospital today as they thought they would. And poor little Jace started what I call snotting around this morning. Sneezing, snot flying, just to put it frankly. Now he's congested. He can't hardly breathe. I just went up to the dollar store and I called Trevor to see what I could give him. So I got some baby vapor rub, put that on his chest. I got some saline stuff that you can put in babies' noses to make them breathe easier. Because I could tell he's congested. He couldn't hardly eat because he couldn't breathe good. So, and I got him some cough syrup with mucus for babies. So I think we'll be good. This evening, he was struggling to take his nap. He kept waking up and crying out and all that. And I have had my hands full since I've had him all day. We went to the car show and he played around and stuff, but he started that sneezing and stuff. And so, it's a good idea. I might have a vaporizer. I'm going to check that. I don't know if I have a vaporizer or a humidifier or I don't know what I got. I think I got a humidifier. Is that the same thing as a vaporizer? I don't know. I will put that, I will look when I get off Fireside. I got something up in my closet in here, and I think it's some type of vaporizer or something. I don't know. I'll have to look and see what it says. I'll Google and see if it can do it for him or not. But anyhow, he was just whiny and crying because he couldn't breathe, and he woke up like 2 times from his nap. I would take him and rock him, then he'd finally go back to sleep, and then he was just crying and whiny, and so I took him. Tony was asleep, so I had to take him up to the dollar store with me to get this stuff. So I got in the dollar store and he started whining, so I got him a bottle of those, a canister of those Stars, so he was good. He ate Stars all the way through Dollar General so I could get my stuff for him. And once I got home, I gave him a bath, and now he's wound up. I've given him all his medicine and stuff, and he is wound up back there with Tony. Tony's got him in the back bedroom because of all days, y'all, our TV went out today. Tony said he was here, and when I went to the car show, the TV was on, but he wasn't paying attention to it because it was black, and the volume was down low. And then he noticed that he smelled something, so he thought maybe I left a curling iron on or something. Went through the house, couldn't find anything. He came back in here and it was smelling around the TV, and then he noticed that the volume works and he could hear the TV, but the screen is completely black. So I Googled it and said that, you know, a blackout screen on a Vizio, it may be able to be compared, but of all days, Jace loves to sit and watch his little cartoons, and he can't watch them now, except back in the bedroom. So Tony's got him back in the back bedroom. We have one TV back there that works, so I said, put that little boy some cartoons up there and let him sit there and drink his milk. So I don't know what they're doing back there. Tony's watching videos on YouTube or something. So I was like, huh, of all days, because he would love to just sit and watch Toy Story, but we can't play anything because the TV's out. So he doesn't have an iPad or nothing like that. I just have my phones, but I got to have my phones to do my video here. So I told Tony we're going to have to get out to Costco or somewhere and look for a TV. But I'm not, Rebecca Shields said the same thing happened to her TV. I never had anything like that, and it says that you can take the back off and buy something, and it can be, but I need a TV that works with YouTube. I want to get a smart TV. I guess that's what it's called. So I'm going to have to deal with that later. But it's been one thing after another today, and my house is towed up, y'all, because my friend gave me a bunch of clothes for Jace, so I brought them home and I separated them all out between the 2 T's and the 3 T's. So I got them in a whole pile of shoes. So I got them all spread on the couch here, and then I got all the Africa stuff all over the dining room table or the kitchen table, because we only got one table, and sometimes I call it the kitchen table and sometimes I call it the dining room table, but it's all the same table. So anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna definitely go to Costco to get TV. I seen they had some big ones, and I don't know, I want to be able to put YouTube on there so I can get him to watch Miss Rachel, because she'll, you know, she has a lot of good shows teaching little kids how to talk and stuff. So I don't know if Jace has allergies. Trevor says sometimes he has allergies, so I don't know. I don't know what he has. But anyhow, I just got to get him breathing better, and he is right now. Somebody said be sure to get a Roku TV. Yeah, and I don't even know how long I had this TV. Tony thought his parents bought us this TV, and I said, no, sirree. I said, I'm pretty sure that I bought that TV at Costco, but who knows? I can't remember nothing, y'all. He thought they bought it. They could have. I don't know. It could have been a Christmas gift one year. I know they bought the one for him that's in his garage, but I don't remember them buying this one, but because I thought I had to measure this because I have a certain stand that it fits on. Let me see. Somebody said they bought a 50-inch Samsung Smart for $329. I know you can get, they had them, I know they had them under $500 at Costco. So, okay, I just need to get a smart TV. That's what I'm going to get, is a smart TV where YouTube is already loaded on there. That's what I'm going to get. Jace doesn't have a fever. He just has a snotty nose, to be frank about it. But I gave him some medicine, and it's already, and I bought this saline stuff. He didn't like it. I stuck it up his nose and squirted it, and he's breathing pretty good now. So, yeah, TVs are, they're not that bad as what they used to be. So, I'm just going to get the smart TV, and I'm not going to, this one I got is a Vizio, and when I Googled it, it said the Vizio is not the smart one that has the YouTube preloaded, and that's what you need. So I'll check them out. I'll get on Costco later, maybe late tonight. I don't know. If not, we'll get that figured out. Hopefully, Tony and I can run somewhere tomorrow and get one. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think it'll fit in my car because we got the car seat in the back seat and we can't put the seats down. So I don't know how we're going to do it. We have to take the truck, but the car seat's not in the truck. So I might have to wait till Monday. I think Brooke's going to try to help me out some one of these days. So, okay, somebody said Vizio has YouTube loaded. The Vizio I have, I guess it's too old. It didn't have it loaded. So, Tiana did not get to come home today. They told him today it's probably going to be Monday because she has to be sent home with a bunch of supplies for all this feeding tube and stuff. So she didn't get to come home today, and she was kind of upset about it because they thought for sure. At the beginning, she thought she was only going to be in there 3 days. Well, it's looking like now it's going to be a week because she went in last Monday. So, I know I'm drinking Mountain Dew, but I needed something cold. And I need a little caffeine, I think, because I'm going to be up for a while. I got the babies, the Vicks thing for babies to rub on their chest, and he let me rub it on his chest. So he's doing good now, y'all. He's been running up down that hallway. He was just a little bit miserable this evening. He couldn't sleep. Somebody said their screen is frozen. A couple people are saying they're... Tiana had surgery on her jaw. This is the third time she's had surgery on her jaw. Somebody said, where's my loaded tea? I didn't even have time to make one, y'all. I just ran in there and grabbed this, and lucky to have that. I fed Jace. We haven't even ate dinner. I tell you the truth, I don't even know if I ate lunch. I was at that car show. I had some nachos with cheese on it and chili today, and I had 2 cookies over there at the car show, and I haven't had anything since. So I've got to get something later on, but I'm just trying to deal with him to make sure he's going to, be okay and be able to sleep. Because he actually got up this morning about 4 or 5 o'clock, was crying out. So maybe his nose started getting, stopped up then. And it's miserable, y'all. I was trying to feed him a little bit. And, when you can't breathe out your nose and you're trying to eat. And so I gave him little bites and then I worked on his nose to get it. Do I ever eat food samples at Costco? Yes, all the time. I try stuff all the time. That way I know if I like it or not. I probably do look like I'm a mess. I washed my hair today, but I didn't get time to straighten it this morning. Okay, somebody said put some Vicks on them. Okay, I thought about that. Put some Vicks on them tonight. I got the baby Vicks, so I think I will put that on there. And maybe put a sock on him. I don't think he'll keep his sock on. Yeah, he was waking up last night. Remember, I got off early because he was waking up, and he usually don't do that. And then he woke up. Tony was up. Tony didn't feel good this morning. He was up about 4 or 5 o'clock, and I think maybe Jace heard him. Then he got up. So then I took him back there in the back bedroom and laid in the bed with him, and he wasn't going back to sleep. he gets like wide-eyed like this. So then I got up and got him a cup of milk, and then he was sipping on that milk, and then he went back to sleep, and he slept till 8. So that was pretty good. Roxanne, thank you for the stars and the ears and the nose and all that. Y'all, it sounds like I'm talking a mile a minute, but I tried to get it all in. Been on here 15 minutes, and everybody, some of y'all just jump in and out, and I find like I'm always repeating myself. Tiana and Trevor is Jace's parents. Jace does not live here full time. We have had him all week. We usually keep him 3 days a week while they work. But we've had him all of this week because Tiana, his mom, is in the hospital. And she had jaw surgery. She had a tumor in her jaw, from what I understand, several years ago, and had that cut out and had all the teeth on one side on the bottom pulled. And they can't get that jaw. And this is the third time she's had some surgery on her jaw. They wired her mouth shut, and she has got to keep that mouth wired shut for 3 weeks because they don't want a infection. She is still in the hospital. She didn't get to come home. She will be in there at least till Monday now, is what they're saying. So, and a lot of people have been asking me about my mom because we put the videos on YouTube back in June, and we're just now loading the videos every day to Facebook. My mom had Alzheimer's. She come to live with us when she was 82, and she lived to be almost, I think she was 87 and a half. So about 5.5 years she lived with us until she passed away. We took care of her here. My sisters came and went anytime I needed a break. And I worked the whole time. We had a caregiver come to the house while I was at work. And so she would come like 8 to 4 every day. Now, I would get up and go to work at 4, but Tony was here with my mom. And then he was still working, though, too. But he wouldn't leave before like 8 or 9 o'clock. So the caregiver would come at 8, and they would stay till 4, and I would get home at 4. So that's how we worked that. And then my sisters would come for weeks at a time. One week, and Tug would come up for a week, Debbie would come up for a week, Diane. They switch in and out and come and help me. So that way I could still take vacations and get a little bit of time off. Where's Trevor? Trevor is at the hospital with Tiana this weekend. I told him Friday, dude, just do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Don't worry about Jace. We got Jace. Tiana's mom was volunteering to take Jace tonight, but then when I know he wasn't feeling good, and she doesn't really have they don't keep him a lot because Tiana's mom works. So I said, he's fine here. All his stuff is here, and he is fine. He doesn't really ask for mommy or daddy or anything like that. He's not old enough yet to, look around. He's just happy. He's got toys and food, and he's happy. So he's fine here. He just kind of takes care of himself, You just have to make sure he don't really get into much unless I leave a piece of paper and pencil. Now he'll grab up my ink pen in a heartbeat. Here's what he did today. I had made myself a note here. Dorothy Goodwin. I think she sent them coloring books, and I didn't call her name out last night. So I wrote that on there, and then I still forgot to call it out tonight. But anyhow, let's see. Somebody said, do the Palm Girls have sharpeners for the colored pencils? Somebody messaged me today, and they said they were going to send 12 sharpeners. So I may try to look around and get some more sharpeners. I don't have that on the list, but I think the list is such that you can add stuff to it or just send something. But that Amazon list was really weird today because I had those little soccer balls on there. I have 2 sets of soccer balls on there, and somebody had bought them. But then today they showed up that nobody had bought them. So that was weird. I don't know if somebody canceled their order or what. That was kind of weird, but I had never seen that happen. So anyhow, now I think there's still one more available. I think somebody turned around and sent one of them. Yeah, Jace is used to me and Tony here. He's got the whole routine. Trevor is Tony's son, and Jace is his son. So Jace is our grandson, if you're just signing on. And really, we devote a lot of time to him when he's here, but I don't have other stuff pressing. I've been working on the church stuff, and so when he gets his nap, I'll go in my office and I get stuff done, but I just make sure he eats and gets his snacks and gets his drink and diaper change. It's a full-time job when they're that age. But Trevor, uh-oh. I think he just fell off the bed. I think he jumped off the bed. I heard Tony. I always hear Tony say, "Boy, what'd you do?" Well, he's not crying, so I guess he's okay. That boy, he just jumps off everything. The weather up here was hot today, y'all. It was like 90-some degrees. Somebody said, do you have the recipe on video for fried apples? I do not, because all I do with apples is I just cut them, peel them, cut them, put them in the pot, and just cook them. You can add a little bit of water in there with them. You can put some sugar or brown sugar or sweetener of some type. Or syrup. Sometimes I put sugar-free syrup. That way it gives it a little bit of sweetness. And I just sprinkle some cinnamon. And I just cook them and stir them till you get them to consistency. The longer you cook them and stir them, it's going to be more like apple sauce, more so than apples. So just keep that in mind as you're cooking them. But there's no recipe for that. You just cook them down. All right, let's get on to the devotion, y'all, real quick before we run out of time here. I was trying to skip one day for him. He didn't find it that funny. I don't know what was wrong with him that night. He thought that was so funny with my sister. I was not able to go get the eggs today. I may sneak down there once he goes to bed. Tony's here with him after we put him in bed. I may go ahead and get the eggs out tonight because tomorrow morning is church, so I won't be able to go get them in the morning. Somebody said, can you take sharpeners on the plane? You can take anything on a plane if it's in a checked bag. So all of this stuff is going to be in a checked bag. Yes, Kim Hamilton, I do have a video for homemade apple butter, and I'm out of apple butter, so I need to do another video soon of that. Apple season is upon us. I don't know if anybody's... last year, Tony's cousin brought me some apples from the orchard. I don't think we have a orchard. I don't think we have an orchard close to us. I don't know. But anyhow, let's see. Margaret said she liked seeing the old cars today and watching Jace play with the other kids. That's the reason I really went to the car show today. I don't really care too much about old cars. I don't know that much about them. But I knew a lot of people there. Tony's mom and aunt was there. I don't even think I got them on video. I don't know. But I knew there'd be little kids and Jace could get a play around. He doesn't get to see a lot of people, so he was real shy at first. But then he got wound up, and y'all see that on the video. Somebody said there's one in Frederick. Well, Frederick's quite a ways from me. All right, I'm going to get the eggs later on tonight. After I put Jace to bed, and Tony will be here in the house to watch him. Oh, Margaret said, I have 8 apple trees getting ready to pick in the next few weeks. Oh, man. We have an apple orchard a few miles from us. Oh, wow. We don't have orchards real close to us, I don't think. But when I make my apple butter, it only takes like, what did it take y'all last year? 6 apples or something like that to make a quart? I mean, not a quart, a pint. I only make a pint at a time because a pint of apple butter lasts me a long time because I'm the only one that eats it. but you can make it in the crock pot. I think it made 2 pints is what I want to say. All right, let's see. Today's September 13th, Saturday the 13th. Tonight we're in Exodus. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God. Searching for mercy. Her fans knew her as Night Bride. Singer-songwriter Jane Kristen Margwitzky won a following in 2021 on a popular TV talent show. In 2017, she'd been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. In 2018, she went into remission. She started touring, but months later, the cancer returned, giving her little chance of survival. Amazingly, she recovered and was declared cancer-free. But on February 19, 2022, she died. During her difficult journey, she blogged, I remind myself that I'm praying to the God who let the Israelites stay lost for decades. They begged to arrive, but instead he let them wander, answering prayers they didn't pray. Every morning he sent them mercy, bread from heaven. I look for the mercy bread. The Israelites called it manna, which means, what is it? That's the same question I'm asking. There's mercy somewhere, but what is it? The Exodus story reveals much about God's mercy. First, his mercy was promised to the Israelites. You will be filled with bread. And second, his mercy may surprise us. They did not know what it was. Mercy often doesn't look like what we think, but it's mercy nonetheless. For the Israelites, it looked like morning manna. For Night Birdie, she wrote of the gift of a blanket from a friend and her mother's hands. How has God's mercy surprised you, and what might it mean for you to look for mercy today? All right, so that's the little devotion for tonight. I read these out of Our Daily Bread, and you can get them at ourdailybread.org, or just Google it. Whew. All right. Well, oh, somebody said Nightbird, they know her story. I'd never heard her story. Some of y'all might want to Google that and read more about her today. There are these big, big bees, y'all, on my front porch. The other night, my friend stopped over, and he was trying to come to the front door. I had made chili. Y'all know I told you I made chili for the car show today, and he was stopping by to get it. There was big bees, they're about that long, all over my front porch. I don't know if they're carpenter bees, but they are the biggest bees I've ever seen. And they're kind of dumb bees because they just fly around to the light. They go to a light, and then they land, and then I could swat them. So I went out there and was swatting them things. I must have killed about 30. I've never seen bees like this, but they were all over my front porch, huge bees. And so that's the only night I've seen them, because I go out every night and get the cat food and bring the cat food in, because I've been attracting possums, and I don't want to attract those possums. So anyhow, I've never seen bees like that. Oh, she was on America's Got Talent. Okay. Oh, Dot Porter said it's the anniversary of her mom's passing. Yeah, my sister Debbie, her husband's family made apple butter down in West Virginia every year, outside over a big open kettle. And in fact, it's coming up. I forgot about that. I will be going to an apple thing. Usually Brooke and I go every October. Now we'll be going to Africa, and we'll be going a couple Saturdays, but hopefully when we get back, we always go to a big orchard. It's called Graves Mountain down in, it's sort of by Madison, Virginia. So they have like 3 weekends in a row. They have a huge festival down there, and it's really fun to go to. All right. Somebody said cicada wasps. Well, they look like a yellow jacket or a bee, but I don't know what they are. They're the biggest things, like they're that long. They're huge. But I think they are for, I do have carpenter bees here, but I've never caught them in the act. But I have a light that's made out of wood on the front porch, and they keep getting in that, it's a stand with a light on it, and they kept drilling holes in that thing. All right, well, Margaret said my apple butter recipe is delicious. It is. I got that recipe from Tony, one of Tony's cousins, Kathy. Yeah, they do outside apple butter in Luray also. Yeah, I watched them at Graves Mountain last year. I loved going down to Graves Mountain, and I posted videos last year too. All right, I'm gonna go and get the eggs, and I will post the eggs late tonight. How's that? I'll just go down there in the car and run and jump and get them in a little bit, and then we will. No, it's not a hornet, because a hornet would come after me. These things was just, they was buzzing all around, and I was swatting them. They wasn't, oh, carpenter bees don't come out at night? Well, these were out at night, so I don't know what they are, but they were big. All right, let me get off here, and I'm going to go get the eggs, and y'all have a great night, and we plan on taking Jace with us in the morning to church. Hope he's feeling okay. He's wound up back there with Tony. I keep hearing him. I'm going to have to go open the door and let him out. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Having a good night, everybody.